Hey, what's going on guys? Welcome to my channel. My name is Soul, and today we're going to be doing a strategy guide for the Storm Curved Sword. So without taking up any more time, let's get right into the moveset. Alright, first off, my thoughts on this weapon. This is one of the most underused weapons in the game. I have over 150 hours played, and I can probably count how many times I fought against this weapon on one hand. At first I thought the damage was way too low. You can't upgrade it past +5, and you can't infuse or even buff this weapon since it's made from a boss soul. After learning the ropes with this weapon and learning a few tricks, I can honestly say this is probably my favorite curved sword in the game. The attacks are quick and catch opponents trying to roll into you, which I'm sure is standard for all other curved swords. The weapon art looks cool as fuck and has amazing range. The weapon itself just looks the dopest out of all other curved swords, so it gets an A+ for Fashion Souls. The only downside to this weapon is you don't get the cool backflip when doing the kick animation, which would have made it even better looking, but I guess I can live without it. But I'm talking too much, so let's get into parry baiting. I go over this every video just in case someone doesn't know what it is, but parry baiting is essentially missing an attack on purpose to lure your opponent into running in and attacking, but what they don't know is you're one step ahead of them and are already anticipating their attack and are mentally prepared to parry the shit out of them once they try to run in. With other weapons I've tested, I would normally do charged R2 attacks to bait people in, but I learned with this weapon that if you do a backstep R1, the parry comes out so much quicker. Like there's almost no recovery frames and looks like it kind of glitched. The backstep R1 animation doesn't even fully finish and you're already mid parry. So that was pretty useful, especially if the opponent is being very aggressive and wants to run in immediately after the attack. The charged R2s are still very viable with this weapon, though I just want to let you guys know the different options for baiting. Next, we'll get into the weapon arts. Okay, so the reason why I said weapon art this time instead of weapon art baiting is because yes, you can still bait them in for a weapon art attack, but this weapon has multiple uses for the weapon art that cannot be ignored. Weapon art baiting is still viable in this weapon as well, but that is not the only good technique to use them for. The weapon art is amazing for chasing down opponents, as well as the L2 and R2 can be fully aimed, so if the opponent is trying to run away from you, you can chase them down and use the weapon art to almost always get a free hit, which can be the deciding factor of an invasion when the host is trying to run away to heal. Also, if you hit them with the actual blade of the weapon with the follow-up R2 and the weapon art, they will get knocked onto their backs and give you enough time to reposition yourself to give the finishing blow. Another option is using the weapon art as a wake-up attack after a backstab or riposte, as the range for the weapon is extended with the gust from the swings, which still does pretty good damage. Now, the most ridiculous part of this weapon, the combo. This combo can stun lock the shit out of your enemy and there's pretty much nothing they can do about it. Especially if you have an aggressive player who keeps charging in, they have no choice but to revert back to the defensive and back away from you, or keep running in and getting the shit beat out of them. It's their choice. The combo for this weapon is R1, L2, R1, L2, R2. The stun lock for the initial L2 is long enough for you to get a whole nother R1, L2, R2 combo in, which I think is insane. The L2s on this weapon use almost no stamina, which is kind of crazy as you can almost always get this full combo off even after excessive rolling. Though, like I said earlier, if they are close enough to get hit by the actual blade at the end of the L2 R2 combo, they will get knocked onto their back, giving you more than enough time to recover your stamina and get right back into the fight. Alright, but that's going to end it for this video today, guys. Let me know what you think about this weapon. Do you think it's underpowered and useless, or do you think this is one of the most underrated OP weapons in the game? Feel free to leave a comment down below on your opinions and also what you would like to see me do a guide on next. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel, as I'll be doing these every weekend. So, until next time, guys, peace out.